with your host Ricardo D. Rice. It's been a crazy morning. It's
Yes.
been a lot going on, and I'm still not even really set up, but it's all right. We're gonna get it going. We can get it going. All right, today back in the studio we have Mrs. Erica Kane. She's back with us on today, on time. So we praise God. She's on time today, so we praise God for that because I'd already put out a FBV, and I was gonna kill her if I had to, but you know she heeded my warning from the last time, so she's fine today. So she's back, and today she's going to share her story about everything that she's never talked about. So I'm really excited about that on today. Okay. Also on today, for those of you that can actually see me in the studio, which for some reason my Facebook Live is acting up, but Erica has hers up. I have one of my first sponsors and partnerships today. So for those that can see it, you'll see Bruno sitting on the desk in here, and he is representative of something I'm going to talk about a little later, but we are excited. Today is going to be a great day, so I'm really excited. As soon as I get my Facebook Live to respond and cooperate.
Facebook acting funny. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope I'm doing it right.
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's an upgrade or something, and I don't know.
Are we still doing that? I thought we stopped doing stuff like that, like
know.
the messing up of
What's going
upgrades
on?
and stuff. But apparently that's not happening. So. All right, Erica, introduce yourself to the people again.
Okay, my name is Erica Kane. I've been in the music industry for a long time. I was a MC, a rapper. My rap name was Evil, E-V-O-L. I was signed for a number of years to a guy named Tony Mercedes, who was an independent label, Tony Mercedes Records.
All right, so out the gate, we have a caller. Caller, you're on the air with Ricardo, with me and Erica. What is your question or comment? I'm doing well. How's it going? All right, Trish, welcome. Thank you for calling. And actually, out the gate, you have won our party certificate, a party life certificate. So you get a $50 certificate to buy you some merchandise or some product from Party Life, sponsored by Don Cole, an independent consultant. So congratulations.
Yay, that's good.
You have won. So I was going to talk about that later, but you already won it. So congratulations. Thank you for calling, and Scott will get your information, and we will get that product certificate to you, and congratulations again. So Scott will get your information, and all right, well, you are the winner. Thank you, and I hope you continue to listen because it's going to be a great show. All right, thank you very much. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was so good.
I know, I didn't even
Wow, as soon as you came on, she was like, but you was promoing it, so you did the promo, so.
You know, okay, congratulations to Trish for coming. She won. Okay, before Erica starts, I'm going to go into it then.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's pretty much over now.
You have to.
Congratulations to Trish. On today, I have product, and again, those of you that can see me in the studio, you see this really cute bear sitting on the counter. And if you can't see me now, you'll see me later on my YouTube page, the Leadership Blend, and you'll see Bruno sitting on the desk. And he is one of the many products from the great company Party Light Candles. And we're actually being sponsored today by Dawn Cole. She's an independent consultant for Party Light Candles. And it's just a great company from what I've seen. She's given me some products. And I'm not a candle person, but I was feeling frisky this weekend because I was cleaning. So I actually lit it, and my house smelled amazing. And unlike those other candles that kind of burn in the middle and you kind of have like all this wax left over, the whole thing burned. So when it was done, it was done. And all you had was this clear little container, and it was the cutest little thing. And they've been around for 45 years. They make great candles, and I'm actually going to go into it again a little later on. But it's just a great company. We thank Don for being the sponsor. We thank Trish for being the first caller. So unfortunately, she's already won the gift certificate. So sorry about it. She already kind of won. We had one certificate.
That's good,
but we thank her. So we're going to move on. We're gonna move on. All right, Erica. So finish your introduction, and we're gonna get into it.
Yes. So.
And for those that don't know, Erica had her show first, and actually I didn't get to tell the last time, but since we're telling all today, I'm gonna tell it today. We're telling all you. You're going in today. You're gonna tell all the stuff that nobody knew.
I should put something else in here. You should tell me. No, I'm joking.
You know, before the little Kims and the Remy Mons and all that stuff, Erica was in the game, and I met Erica because Actually, I love Erica because Erica's the reason I ended up with my show. So I love Erica to this day, aside from the fact that we work together. But really quickly, the story goes, me and Erica worked together, and she was telling me that she had a show, and I went to look for her show and saw an ad on Love 860 about, have you ever thought about hosting a show? And I was like, well, I'll get some information, blah, blah, blah. I reach out, they reach back, I come in, and in 3 days I had a show. Never had an interest in radio, don't have any degrees in radio. I just knew I had something I wanted to talk about after I asked the question. And 3 days later, I had a show. Erica had her show for how long? On here.
I don't know. A long
How
time.
do you not know?
Like,
oh my God, you're so
9
fired.
months, 10 months. How long, Scott?
Oh, Scott would know. Scott, how long was
How
Erica?
long was it?
Was
How
Erica
long
on the
was my
air?
show on the air, Scott? I don't know.
Forever.
Forever, ever.
But her show was actually, my show was only an hour on one day out of the week.
Mine
Erica's
was
show,
3 hours, Monday through Friday.
I don't see how she did it, but she
It's
was literally-
radio.
I don't, what does that mean? Like, what?
So you just do this every day, and you do it for longer than normal. So that's what it is. So yeah,
I don't get it. Her show was 3 hours, but yours was a music show.
Yes, mine was designed around music because that's what I like. That's what I love. A lot of hip hop, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of today's music. Yeah, so that's what my show was about.
All right, so she had her show first, and like I said, I'm following in her footsteps, which is very rare. I don't really follow anybody because I'm a trendsetter,
Follow
but
me.
I followed Erica
Follow
example, which was a great example. So
Thank
I commend her and all that great stuff. All right,
All right,
so
cool.
back to you.
All right, so yes, I was in the music industry for a long time, and I started out as a background dancer turned rapper turned radio host
Wait.
turned
Wait.
turned PR turned booking agent turned manager.
This is what I have to, Erica is all the things I implore because I usually advise people against being a jack of all, at least saying you're a jack of all trades and having like 50 things. So when you ask somebody, especially in media in Atlanta, and you go, what do you do? A lot of them go, well, I'm a model, singer, actor, bartender,
I
server.
don't do that.
But
when people ask me what I do, I have learned now to say, I don't really like to get caught up on titles. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a title person. And it's hard to put a title on me. So I just recently started saying I was a project manager.
wait a minute, when you start doing that?
Like 2 weeks ago, recently. Because I figured like people want a title because or maybe I was just gonna say like I'm just Erica Kane. Like I didn't know what to say because I don't want a title. I'm not in a box.
Okay, well you can't just say I'm Erica Kane because people are like.
I mean, like, but I do so many things. I can't really say like, oh, I'm a this because I'm a everything. You know what I'm saying? At any given time, I can be whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what happens. So I don't know. People help me out. What should I say? Like when I say, "Oh, Erica Kane, who are you?" Like you know what I'm saying? Like let me know. Give me some input. Like
there you go. There you go.
But then they're gonna say like how? Like okay, so you're in the entertainment field, right? So that's vague, right? So I could say, okay. They say then what? Then what? Then they're gonna be like, what you?
You say yes.
What do you do?
You're in this. Yes.
What do you do? What do you do? Manage? Yes. What do you do? Marketing? Yes. What do you do? Booking? Yes.
I'm gonna need you. You've been doing this too long to not be able to figure this out, so I'm kind of concerned.
I don't know. I
need you
can't
together.
figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, that's.
So
how
now
it
you're
is.
telling people that you're a project manager.
In the entertainment business. Because I manage projects. That's what I do. Like not specifically manage to the point where it's just like I can't describe it. So stop asking
Well,
me.
you're gonna have to. I don't know how to even respond to that. You're gonna have to. Like that's weird right now.
I do a lot of things. Like, okay, so for those people who don't know, I work with Bangladesh Music Group, right? And Bangladesh is a Grammy award-winning producer. He did It On Them with Nicki Minaj. He did Lil Wayne's a Millie, all of that. He did Beyonce's I'm a Diva. He's worked with Kesha. He did Gucci's Lemonade. He did a lot of stuff, right? And over there, I just do what is required. Like I kind of see like you know, where some things, you know, that I can do, and I bring some things to the table. Sometimes I see that other things come to the table, and when other things come to the table, I might do something with that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I do different things over there. I can't really say like what I do. I just, you know, do whatever's required. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I book shows for the artists, you know what I'm saying, over there. And then sometimes, you know, it's an interview for them, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, you know, so I do those things over there. And then with another group, Power Brokers Management, I'm their project manager, literally,
Oh God, you can just
over all of their, all of everything. Like everything that they do, they run through me first, and then I help them with media and marketing and promotion. So I do that over there. So it's like I wear all of these hats. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say like, oh, I'm a blah blah blah. I have to. It's like, yo, I don't know what to say. So help me. I'm not afraid to say I need help. Hey, help me. Help me say I don't want to be in the box, and I don't want to put a label on it. I don't think there's a label I can put on it. But if there is, people, help me.
First of all, I'm embarrassed because you know that's what I do. So we should have had this conversation before you got on the air and
Oh
said
my
this stuff.
gosh, you're so
I just
right.
saw you like Saturday. Like you could have said, you know, I'm going on air and I don't know.
It's not a big deal to me. It's more of a big deal to you.
You know, and everybody listen, this is why we're sitting here today, because the stuff that Erica, for those that don't know, Erica was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and we got into some stuff, but a lot of the stuff that Erica said, none of us, including myself, knew. Because Erica is very introverted when it comes to her, but she'll talk about all the other crap that goes on, but she's very introverted when it comes to herself. So when she got off the air, you know, most of the people that know us mutually were like, I didn't know Erica had done all that stuff. And then her friends were like, we didn't know you had done all that stuff. So I was like, you know what, Erica, you're coming back and you're going to actually tell the whole story, because there are young female MCs out there. And we all know that female MCs are in the underground, they may be popular, but in mainstream, they're very scarce.
Yeah.
So, you know, you sharing your story on today may help some young lady who really wants to be an MC, you know, get out there, fight the game, you know, get into the game and really get ahead in this rap game.
Okay.
You know, I might spit bars today. I'm feeling my inner rapper, so I might spit some bars
Okay.
today. Because I'm feeling my inner rapper.
All right.
The inner rapper today.
That's what's up.
You know, Erica has that energy, so I feel like I should be able to spit some bars or something today.
Ricky.
And for everybody knows, no, that is not happening, because I'd be quite embarrassed, and it's on YouTube. So whatever we do, you see it immediately. So yeah, we're not doing that. But all right, so tell us about the beginning. Tell us how this all started,
Okay.
and
I'm
throw
gonna
in
do
stuff
it
that you
real
didn't talk about
quick.
the last time.
I'm gonna try to do it quickly and throw in stuff that I didn't throw in.
You
the
got
last
4
time.
segments. We're not doing anything quickly. You can walk us through this today.
Okay, I'm gonna walk y'all through it.
You can walk us through this today.
In the beginning, God created. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, no. So in the beginning, I was influenced by music through my sister. I have an older sister, and she's quite older than me. She's like 5 years older than me. That means she can do things way before I could do things. So her and her friends used to dance. So they danced for like Kid and Play, Michael Jackson, doing Remember the Time. They did videos. So I was inspired by that. So they kind of made us a little group, like me and my friends, like in high school.
Does every female start in a group? I swear every time I hear behind the story
Yeah.
about a female, y'all are in a group.
Yeah, we're always in a group.
But girls don't get along. So why
Yeah,
y'all
but they
always
always
start
want
in
to
a
group us
group?
together. So
That's weird.
we were a dance crew, you know what I'm saying? So we used to be backup dancers for like local MCs and stuff around. So I've danced at the Cotton Club in New York and stuff like that.
All right, hold that
doing
thought, 'cause,
shows.
you know, we got to go to our first break.
Cool.
First of all, I'm throwing up. I've never seen you dance. I didn't think you could dance. So
What?
we definitely
I
gonna
got
put
the
a pin
moves.
there,
Yo, somebody
because
dance
I
something.
cannot believe you can dance. So everybody stick around, come back to the Leadership Blend with your host Ricardo D. Rice and my guest Erica Kane. Oh, I'm going in about this whole dancing thing.
First of all, I
I'm
can
going
dance.
in
Okay, first of
about
all,
this whole dancing
first of
thing.
all, I can dance. I got the moves.
I would pay
Okay.
good money.
What?
All right, everybody.
Oh
For
my-
those that can see, you see this little bear, or this very big bear, Bruno, sitting around on the desk. And Bruno is our special guest today. He is representing of Don Cole and the company Party Light Candles. She's an independent consultant. So we were giving away a product. I know this is my favorite guy. We were giving away a product to be able to go towards Bruno, or to get this certificate. Thank you, sir. To get this certificate. Unfortunately, Patricia Ruth from Cumming has already gotten it, so we're gonna have to get that to her. So I'm sorry, everybody. It was supposed to be for the first caller. She already called in, but Party Light has been around for 45 years. They're made in the USA using all cotton wicks. They do not soot or smoke. They're safe to use throughout your home. They are the highest quality of fragrances and ingredients. They carry many types. Bruno is just one example of the great products they have. You can order free online, and if you host your own party, you get free product. So you can actually become also an independent consultant. Dawn's information is going to be on my website. She's looking for some great people who want to make some great money on the side or full time. So again, Party Light Candles, independent consultant Dawn Cole was our sponsor on today. Bruno is going to be hanging around with us for another 45 minutes.
Yes.
Again, I'm sorry, I don't have any more product certificates to give away. Trish already won, so sorry about that. But so great company, Party Light. So Erica, actually, back to Erica. Erica can actually dance, so she says. So when we get back to work, you're going to be dancing. I'm just telling you, when you get back to work, you're going to be dancing.
Dance. Second
I'm just telling
of all, don't test my skills.
I'm just telling you.
Because I've won talent shows and everything. Don't even go there with me.
I can't even get you to rap, let alone dance.
I was known to be like dancing and stuff.
You know what? I don't believe you, whatever. All right, everybody, we are back on this week's edition of the Leadership Blend with my guest in the studio again, Mrs. Erica Kane.
Yes.
We're so happy to have her. So,
Thank you, Sky.
I don't know why he gave you applause twice.
Because he loves me.
Sky is very partial to Erica because they had a relationship before me and Sky did because she had her show first. So they pull little stunts and shows on me, and that hand clapping thing twice is one of them.
She's the bomb.
Thank you. He loves me, Sky.
You know what? Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. All right. So when we left to go on break, Erica was telling us that she started out as a dancer.
I started out as a dancer, a backup dancer. You have to clear it up. A backup dancer, like hip hop dancer. You got to say that, like not dancer.
Like pop locking and
I didn't pop lock. I more did like what I'm saying, like
a two step.
Not
That's not dancing.
Not a two step. I did like routines like flips. Sometimes I didn't flip. Like we have routines where we flipped and splits and.
You say like cheerleading flips, like that kind of stuff.
Like, sometimes we be on the dance floor and we make up a routine where there's a flip in it because it's like a wow factor, a flip that goes into a split.
Oh, you telling me that you can flip? That's what
I can't flip now. Oh my god.
Ma'am, if you were a backup dancer, you're always a backup dancer. I haven't
did that. But we used to like so I grew up in the era where like Big Daddy Kane, EPMD, like they had some of the best, like Scoop and Scrap was one of some of the best like backup dancers. So I would like watch their movements and stuff and do what they did and make up dances off of that. Yeah, I couldn't go outside. I could only go to my friend's house at the time. So we had nothing else to do but listen to music and make up dance routines. So we made up dance routines and we made a whole group. And
what was the name of the group?
We didn't have a name.
How do you not have a name for a group?
We didn't have. Yo, you know what? I thought about that. We had individual names. Like my name was Luscious E back then, right? First of all, it was Fly, okay, and I had it on the back of my shirt.
Your name
for the talent show. Luscious E, stop playing. All right, we was dope.
Luscious E.
Yes, it was like Luscious E on the back. My homegirl Chi Chi, you know what I'm saying, and then I heard another homegirl Kia. You know what I'm saying? And we would make up routines. We would dance. We would make up dance routines and we would, into talent shows and stuff like that. And most likely we would win or come in second. You know how you had this other dance? It was another dance crew. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Elizabeth. Who they was dancers like Elizabeth. It was Elizabeth, Katina. I can't remember all their names. I think it was 3 of them though. They was dope too. So they would be dope. Like they would win or we would win. Or, like they was dope and we was dope. So it was
all right,
like
Karen,
that.
if you don't continue to go, I'm going to sit here and laugh.
All right, but anyway.
Thought of you. Again, y'all have to remember, me and Erica work together, and it's. We're all in all. Well, I wear my own clothes. I wear my own clothes.
So anyway, so yeah, like I'm saying, yeah. So I did that, and that's how I really got inspired with music, and I tried out to be a dancer with Jodeci.
Seriously?
And I did.
How'd you go?
It went well, but my sister was like, "Heck, no, you ain't going. You not doing that because
it's Jodeci. Why not?"
Well, she was on tour, like she was on the road with them. Like my sister was with like she would go on the road. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes with you know what I'm saying, her friends and stuff. Like, my sister stopped dancing early and started doing more hair than anything. Like, she was like their hairstylist and stuff like that. So my sister was like, nah, I'm younger than her. Remember, I'm 5 years younger than her. So she's already done what I'm trying to do.
Oh,
so
okay.
she's like, nah, you're not doing that. And I'm in high school. I can't control anything anyway. So now I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? So I left New York, moved to Georgia. When I moved to Georgia, I was still in the dancing thing, and that's when I was telling y'all about the Jermaine Dupri. That's how I got in the videos, because I was a dancer first. You know what I'm saying? So, but I didn't dance in none of his videos, you know what I'm saying? I just was just standing there or whatever. And then I just started meeting people and going through the studio, and even before that, I was in a rap group. So I've been in 2 rap groups. Okay, so let me tell you how.
How I say, yeah, expound.
So the first rap group was my original rap group. We was called Ill Mannered. That was the first rap group that I was ever in. And it was me, it was 3 girls. It was me, Evil Lynn, right?
Wait, so you already changed your name because you wasn't Luscious E anymore?
Nah, I wasn't Luscious E. That wasn't cool. That was like the 90s. The 90s, right? That
All right,
was
so
like
what
the
time
late
are we
90s.
talking about now?
So now we going, I mean, we still 90s, but this is later 90s, so it's like not cool, like Luscious E. So I'm changing it to Evil Lynn. Remember I told you somebody named me Evil Lynn?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So it was Evil Lynn, it was Moet, and it was Mirage. So that was our names, right? I know, right? We was like,
y'all so
and we
funny.
thought we were so dope, right?
Y'all
We
so
thought we were
corny.
so dope. So when I was telling y'all I was begging to get in them shows, it was all 3 of us begging to get in them shows. You know what I'm saying? So we was so I was begging to get in them shows with 2 other girls. So that was our thing. We was like, yo, we a group. We from different parts of New York. Like, we was all from New York, but we was all from different parts. So we was like, we from different parts of New York. Da 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 da. So they were like, aye. You know what I'm saying? And get on stage. So that's basically how I started moving around and started getting noticed by Dallas Austin and then when he had Rowdy Records. That was the first time I got noticed. We got noticed by him. We actually rhymed in front of him. And that's when he wanted to take me out the group and put me with this girl named, I want to say her name was Passion or something, or Fire. I can't even remember. But I didn't go because I was like, I'm down with my girls.
Oh,
right?
good Lord.
I know. Mistake 1.
Okay, how about I say, yeah.
Don't follow that.
Yeah, don't
Somebody got to go. All right? Somebody got to do
Don't
it
believe
first.
the hype.
Right, so I didn't go. I was like, nah. We all kind of got offers. Like, even my girl Moet, like, she had got an offer to do a mixtape, and she turned that down because she down with her girls,
Oh,
right?
God,
yeah, I
y'all
know. Don't follow that. I'm telling y'all, don't follow that, right?
All right,
so that's what happened.
So you think that's the nature of, because we see this all the time. You see this with Drew Hill. Somebody had a conversation with Cisco and was like, look, bro, you need to make your own album. So then Cisco spins off. You see this with Diana Ross, and then she spins off.
They're gonna definitely come to you, and that's what happened to me. It wasn't anybody famous that said anything to me. I mean, because out of the 3 girls in the group, 2 of us was getting a lot of potential work. We was just turning it down because we was trying to be down for the cause. But if we were smart, being down for the cause means somebody got to go first. And that may happen. Sometimes y'all can all go together, and sometimes somebody might have to go first, like the Braxtons. You know what I'm saying? They was together, yeah, and then Tony had to go first. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I'm saying? Now it's popping off. You know what I'm saying, for them, but we didn't do that. So we was trying to stay down for the cause. So, but my ex, nah, he used to tell me, yo, you know you can go solo, right? You know you the dopest out the group. You know, he was my man at the time, and he would tell me that. So it wasn't anybody famous that would spit that in my ear. It was my man telling me that, like, yo, you know you the dopest. You know you can go solo, right? But I was down for the cause. So I was like, nah, they my girls. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so y'all keep traveling, y'all keep performing, and then what happens that makes you say, okay, maybe I should go solo?
All right, before we got men, we was traveling and performing. When we got men was when we messed up.
So you mean when y'all started getting boyfriends?
When we started getting boyfriends and getting serious boyfriends, being serious with boys, you know what I'm saying, with guys, with young men, because we were young, you know what I'm saying, we was 18, 17, 18, I think we was like 18, 19 at the time. We had jobs, let me tell you, our hustle, I mean, like, we was hustlers, and that's what I'm saying. We was like 18, 19 years old, and we was working at the airport doing security, and we would go do shows at night, and that's what I tell y'all, we would sleep at the job. And then we would come in, a flight would be 6 in the morning. We'd be leaving the club at 4:30, come in, change our clothes, get ready for the flight, do the flight, but another flight's not coming till 9. So after that flight go, we sleep in the break room, knocked out, sleep till 8:30. We got washcloths, all of that. We washing our face, brushing our teeth, coming back out there fresh at 9 for the next flight. Now we good. But that's the type of hustle we did before we had men, right?
So,
when we acquired men, we still had that hustle in us, but the men didn't understand the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like we was moving around. Like when I was telling you, we was in Eric Sermon's studio. We was all in Eric Sermon's studio. We was all doing stuff. But it was like when we was doing stuff, they wanted to do stuff with us, and it's like we got to do this first, and then they didn't understand the concept of let us do this first, and then we can be superstars and bring y'all and say stuff. There were certain shows that some of them didn't get in. Because we didn't have pool. We begging to get in the show.
Okay, then we got to bring 3 other
right,
people
and then we
with us.
got to bring 3. We already 3 of us for free. Now you want me to bring these other 3 for free?
Well, were y'all boyfriends in the industry? Were they rappers too, or
No, we
now,
met them.
For you, did this predate your kids? Because you have 5 kids.
Right.
So at this time, you were childless.
I had 2 kids at this time.
When all this is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
I had kids very early. let's be clear with that.
Derek has 5 kids.
Yes.
So
thank you.
I mean, you had 5 kids. I mean,
All
it's not
right.
a secret.
Thanks. No.
It's not supposed to welcome secret.
No.
I mean, but you were still.
Yes. So I had 2 children.
And you were doing this airport thing.
Yeah. I was doing this airport thing.
Where were the kids?
What you mean? You have babysitters. You have, like, my mom was here. My aunt, I have aunts here. I had babysitters. I had people that watched them. They only went to daycare like once. I never really was a daycare type of mom. Like, I didn't want my kids in daycare. So when I had to work, it was a family member. You know what I'm saying? Like my aunt, you know what I'm saying? Or my mom. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my sister. So it was stuff like that. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? We rotated. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my friends, my homegirl, same homegirl I'm in a rap group with. Sometimes she babysitting while I'm at work.
How the heck she babysitting? Y'all got shows and stuff. How's she gonna babysit while y'all got shows?
Her shift is this time. My shift is that time. Our show is Saturday night. We good. We worked it out.
As y'all can see, Erica, she a hustler baby. She's still like that. She's a hustler baby.
We worked it out. Like I always had the mindset was like I didn't want to be a statistic. You know they always tell you statistically if you have 2 kids you can't do this. You're not gonna tell me what I can't do. Even if I might have made it a little harder on myself. I'm not saying it was easy, and I'm not suggesting anybody do it. If you know what I'm saying, I definitely would do it, different. But what I'm saying is I'm not gonna let that limit me. I'm not gonna let that stop me from my ultimate goal. That's just what it is. I just made a little harder route for myself. And it's okay. And when you understand that, and I understood that. I'm not gonna be going out to the clubs. I'm not gonna be doing this. I understood that in my pregnancy, in my very first pregnancy. I understood that. And once you understand that, you have a better concept of what you want to do and how you want to do what you want to do. I had plenty of time. I had kids young. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like, I didn't plan for it to be that way. You know what I'm saying? It happened that way, but I just handled the situation.
So you're in today's industry,
Mm-hmm.
can females still do stuff like that with 2 and 3 kids? Can they
Definitely.
still make that happen?
Even more so now than before.
Why do you think that?
People are more receptive to you you could bring your child with you if you want to. When I was rhyming, you couldn't do that. I couldn't say that I had children. You know what I'm saying? You see my reaction when you said it's a natural reaction for me. You see when you said Erica has 5 kids, and I was like, oh, thank you, like for letting everybody. And you was like, it's not a secret. And in my head, I'm like, no, it's not a secret. But my natural reaction to it is that because that's how I was groomed. I was groomed in a way that you don't say that you have a man, you don't say that you have children, you don't say anything. I'm always to be looked at as I'm single and available. That's how it was it's not like that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tamar having her baby in the back with Vince and all that, everybody embraces that. That's love. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You could do that now. You couldn't do that when I was rhyming. It wasn't, it wasn't looked at as a good thing to do.
God, you old. All right, so on that note.
First of all, I'm young as heck.
Everybody stick around. When we come back, we have more with Erica Kane on the Leadership Blend with your host, Ricardo D. Rice. You are old and you're in denial about it. But it's fine because you look good for your age. That's fine.
First of all, I'm cute. And I'm young. Like, let's just be clear. I just had a colorful life, okay?
Oh,
I just lived a little earlier than others, okay?
All right, so names really quickly because you know we give nuggets on the break,
Okay,
and
what's
Bruno's
up?
still hanging out from Party Life, so we love Bruno. All right, name some people you knew before they are who they are now.
The Dream. The Dream was on my album. His song was gonna be my second single after Candy Girl.
Do you still have it?
I don't have it with me.
Oh!
Tony has it. I don't have it. Like I can get it, but it would take me a minute, like, cause he's busy and.
What do you think would happen if it played? Like, would he call you like, Erica, man? You think he remember it?
Who, Dream?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would have to tell him the story of it, but I knew Dream before he was Dream, and right before he got the deal with Madonna. To do her songs. He was always a writer. He had wrote the hook and sang the hook to the track. The guy who did That's Just My Baby Daddy, who that?
Oh, I love that song.
B-Rock, the producer. B-Rock produced the track. The Dream sang the hook to the track. B-Rock called me in the studio and said, E, I got a song for you. And I cut the verse. And my son, who is I ain't gonna tell you how old he is.
You don't have to
my
see your
son
kids, so
now-
I mean, I know you.
My son now, my younger son, he's on the track. Like you can hear him crying in the background, but it's so good. It sounded like it was blended in the music. You would never know that if I didn't tell you. I would have to point it out. But I have my kids with me recording. I'm just saying that to say that they were always around.
Wait, so you tell me you were on that? That's Just My Baby Daddy.
No, but I worked with them, and my kids are on their front album cover. My daughter. She's on their album cover. We were signed to the same label. That Tony Mercedes had them, B-Rock in the Biz. He had me. He had JT Money.
Wow, that's I can't. All right, everybody, we are back with Erica Kane telling her life story in the rap game. When we were on break, I have to bring this up. This is hilarious. All right, so in the '90s, there was a song called. Was it My Baby Daddy or
That's
Just My Baby Daddy?
Who
But that was the hook. Was that the name of the song? Though?
Yeah, My Baby Daddy.
Oh yeah, there was a song called My Baby Daddy, and it's like, who? That's Just My Baby Daddy. Erica had some involvement in that. So I'm gonna let her tell y'all about that.
I mean, I didn't have involvement with That's Just My Baby Daddy, that song in particular, but they were signed to Tony Mercedes, who I was signed to as well, and we worked a lot together. As a matter of fact, they're the ones that, they motivated me so much in the studio. It's like ridiculous. So, like, they wrote a song for a California female MC. I'm not going to tell y'all who it is because she was famous. So, I had to demo the song. And demoing the song is like, I have to rap the song. Well, one of the guys raps really fast. Like, he wrote the rap really fast. This is when I went to Cali. This is how I got to Cali. So he rapped really fast. So B-Rock and them, and that's the dudes who did My Baby's Daddy. They believed in me so much. They called me for everything. They like, yo, Evil, man, you could do it. They always should tell me, man, Evil, throw your name in the rap, man. Let them know who it is, Evil. And I used to be like, yo, it's Evil. You know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, Evil, say it's you. You know what I'm saying? So they would call me in the studio to demo songs for other females for them. So when they called me in the studio to do this, like, I was nervous to do this fast part. I had never, like, really rhymed, like, really, really fast. And they, like, I had to rhyme fast and then slow it down. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a and it was just like something crazy. So I had never done it before. But they was like, yo, Evil, you could do it. And they just pushed me in the studio, and I did it. I was able to do it. And, I credit them for, like, changing my style up sometime because I worked with them and they wrote crazy songs for other people, and I had to always demo stuff, and they always challenge me. I'm always doing fast and slow and this and that, and say this and do this and double this, and they helped me kind of develop my own kind of style doing all of that. So your experiences will help you, through your rap, and this is before I even did Candy Girl. But anyway, we flew out. As a matter of fact, I did JT Money song too that same night, and we flew out to Cali in the morning, and we gave it to the artist, and she was in the studio, and she couldn't say it either, but you know what I'm saying. So, but she got through it or whatever, and we all had a good time. I was in one of the studios that Tupac was in, so I felt like this was after he passed away. So I felt like really it a crazy atmosphere. It was great. It was a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, going on. It was a great experience, and that's when I went to Santa Monica and the No Scrubs video shoot was shot. So we did all of that, you know what I'm saying, and that's when I was signed to Tony. So I really like B-Rock and the Biz. Those dudes, they are very creative dudes. Like, those are my guys.
All right, so tell us the stuff that we don't know. Like, there's stuff that we just don't know about Erica Kane. So tell us the stuff that me and none of your friends know. Like, what the nuggets you want to drop, the stuff today is your day.
All my friends know everything.
Well, no, they don't.
I don't know. Like I don't know what it is to say that there's so much you don't know. I don't want to say something that I shouldn't say, and they be like, "Yo, E, why you go that far with it?" I don't know where should I stay at? Where do I need to go? How far do I need to go?
All right, remember the objective is for young female MCs who are coming along, pitfalls, traps, stuff that got you that you want them to know about.
So I do want to say that for young women, and men too sometimes, but young women, as far as relationship wise, right? I do want to say that you have to be careful when you're doing your dream, and that's in anything that you do, when you're not in a relationship versus when you're in a relationship. Because you definitely don't want that person to take away. They're supposed to add or accent, what you're doing, that you're supposed to add and accent what they're doing. So just be careful, and that's in friendships. And I'm not talking about like male, female. I'm just talking about even your friends. Like, be careful of your relationships, because that sways a lot of people. That's what messes a lot of people up in the business. They have someone who's next to them, or something who they believe in so much, or think that they have their good in mind, till they get in that person's ear and then they ruin it for them. So you have to know who you are and be true to you before you embark on your journey. Because if you don't, people will get in your ear. That's how groups break up all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't think people was getting at Lauren, like, you should go solo, you should go, like, it's always like that. Like, everybody in a group, like, that's how Busta Rhymes got to be solo. Like, they was coming at Busta, he was in the group, Leaders of the New School, and then the other rappers was. So it's always like that. So you have to be true to who you are. Not saying that everything lasts forever either. If you in a group, it's not going to last forever. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you walk away when you want to walk away, and not because somebody else told you. And that's the thing with everything that you do in the business. Make sure if you step into something, make sure you wanted to step in it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you know what I'm saying, when it's time for you to walk away from something, make sure it's you who want to walk away and not somebody else. If you feel like you want to continue with the situation, continue with the situation, because you might need to learn something from that anyway. So push through it and do what you have to do. That's what I have to say. Like, for females coming up, it's the relationships. We're emotional creatures, so it's our relationships that mess us up. You know what I'm saying? Men are more logical. You know what I'm saying? That's where there's a lot of men in the business. You know what I'm saying? They're more logical thinkers. We're more emotional, where, you know what I'm saying, we feel more things, and that's what messes us up. And that's what I'm saying, like friendships, platonic. It doesn't matter what type of friendship it is. It's just like we're just emotional. And that tends to mess with us at times. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think in the industry, even today, let's fast forward to today, because we're talking about a very big, different time frame. Do you think it's still easier for men versus women in the rap game?
Is it easier? Yes.
I've never done things, I'm asking you.
There was only one female rapper for how long? Hello. Yes.
So, what do you think they can be done to change that?
Women.
What does that mean?
Like we have to. I definitely have a movement, called the Goddess Effect, and it's definitely for women supporting women. Women have to support women, like men support men.
Yeah, but it's funny, and I thought about this. It's funny that every time I talk to a woman, y'all say that, but if you look around, there are more women groups than men groups to support men. Like, women have, even when I went to the Small Business Expo, buku amounts of women. So when the speaker stood up and said there is a shortage of women speakers on the grand stage, I was shocked. Because every room I went into, it had to be a ratio of about 10 to 1.
But why are they not working together?
Y'all hang together.
That's what I'm saying. It's a ratio of 10 to 1. Half of them ladies could group up together and have a power company, I'm sure.
So what's the problem?
We're catty. Like, we don't want to, like for some reason, like, women don't want to see other women shine. You know what I'm saying? They get mad. Sometimes it's not your time, boo-boo. Like, sometimes it's that person's time. You know what I'm saying? It's her thing. You gonna get your light, and then we also need to pull up people too. Like me, I'm not a people who don't like to give information. I call them information hoggers. That's not me. Like, I want you to know what I know because I want you to do better than what I did. You know, that's me. People, a lot of women are not like that. A lot of women want what they want. You know what I'm saying? They just like, they want to shine. They don't want to see other women shine. That's the problem.
So do you think that's a problem in our community, or do you think women in general?
Women in general. I don't care what color you are or whatever you define you. All of us. You know what I'm saying? We all like, what? Look at her. Look at her, but her butt ain't big as mine. She not popping. Her hair, where she get that hair from? Ooh, boo boo, look at them shoes.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
that's how we are. Stupid. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause if we all get together, like sometimes men can get past stuff. And I'm not saying all women are like this. Like, don't get me wrong, cause I definitely have some women. I definitely know women that support other women and that love other women. Like, you know, I mess with Cena and Tia Culver and just a whole bunch of women that support like women. Tisa, my friends around me, we support each other. My friend has a mobile eyelash business. Tisa, she hooked my eye. I'm only going to her.
I was gonna ask you,
You know what I'm
about
saying?
your eyelashes.
Yeah,
I
she
ain't
my
never seen
friend.
that.
You know what I'm saying? And I support her business. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I should do. And we shouldn't be looking for discounts and handouts and stuff like that. I mean, you could get a discount. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, like, you know, it's just that we should support each other. That's our thing. That's the biggest thing with women.
All right, so if you could go back in time, and you could get little Erica, and say, and you only got one shot, what would you tell her not to do?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you only get one. Yeah, you know I do this. I throw curveballs, especially to you, because you know you've been in radio, so you know.
If I had one shot, what would I tell myself?
What would you tell yourself not to do because it would not end well?
I would tell myself not to.
I feel good. I caught you off guard. Yes.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Off guard, you got me.
Yes. No, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you know, you had how long would you say your career span was in when you were actually hands-on, evil, going hard? How long would you say that career
10 years.
span was? So in those 10 years, there had to be one decision that you was like, oh my God, if I had not done this particular one thing, you know, it wouldn't have had the ripple effect and caused all this other stuff. What would that one thing be? Do I need to give you two? Because I can give you two.
Wow, you got me.
I got you. And you only got 2 minutes to do it, so
2 minutes.
you got 2 minutes to do it.
All right, because I'm thinking I have to go over my life.
No, we're
Say
talking about
what-
in those 10 years.
Right.
What was
My battery's
something?
about to die, y'all.
You're always ill prepared.
I know, but I got my charger, but it's too long to cord. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what decision would I make. I would say that when Dallas Austin came to me the first time, I should have went.
You think it would have made a difference?
I think it would have made a lot of difference. I always wanted to be signed to Dallas Austin. I met him 3 times in my lifetime, and I never got signed to him. I missed 3 opportunities with Dallas Austin. And I think that if I would have signed to him first, it would have changed a lot.
Okay, so there you have it. So, well, I thought you would have said something else, but okay, we'll go with that. I mean, you know, is he still around?
Yes, he is. Shout out to Dallas Austin. Holla at your girl Evil, son. Let's do something else. I ain't got a rhyme.
All right, before we take a break,
He worked for Dallas.
Before we take a break, would you go back to rapping? If he were to call you today after you leave the studio, would you go back to it?
I could. I gotta drop. I'm a realist. I gotta drop 40 pounds. I gotta do some work. If Dallas wanted me to go, I'm going. I'm with Dallas Austin. What?
I don't want to talk to you anymore. So on that note, we're going to take our last and final break. When we come
I'm
back,
joking,
more
I
with
know.
Erica Kane and the female rap game. Stick around on the Leadership Living with the host, Ricardo D. Rice. I can't stand you.
Oh my gosh, you got me on a question. That never happened
Yes,
in my
I
life.
never get Erica, so
In
I
my
feel great that I actually
life.
got her today because I
Oh
never
my
can get
gosh.
Erica. That's the one thing she actually is prepared about. Do you need? Because if you don't have a cord, I have a battery box.
You have a battery? Okay, give me a battery
Well,
box.
go, you already up. I'm not getting up.
Come on, hurry up. It's
Go in there. It's
I
in
don't
my
know
bag.
what it is.
It's right in my bag.
Oh my gosh. This is what we do.
This is why I don't bring Erica on the show, because when I bring
In
Erica
your
on the
bag
show,
where? This one right
just,
here?
you have that one. No, the zipper. Unzip the.
This?
No.
This?
Yeah, that one. This is why I don't bring Erica on the show, because it's just like home. All my other guests I'm professional with Erica, she gets away with murder. I didn't tell you to get my cord.
I just need this.
Yes,
Okay.
you see the cord.
All right. You know I'm unprofessional. I mean, this is nothing new to you. I don't know why you acting so.
This is what happens when you have other radio show hosts on your show. They do stuff because they know how to do stuff and they get away with it. The lighting just changed on my Facebook. I feel some kind of way about that.
The lighting?
Don, come in the studio real quick.
Oh.
Run this way.
Wait, it's not charging. Did I turn it on?
All right, everybody. This is Dawn Cole. She is an independent consultant for Party Light Candles. She brought Bruno. She's the one that gave away the certificate. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody.
I just want to show she's our first sponsor and partnership. So shouts out to Dawn. I appreciate you so much. And for bringing Bruno. Throw in any tidbits you want to real quick. You got a couple of seconds. Because I went over all this.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a fantastic company. I've been doing it, like I said, 10 years today. And if you're looking for a fantastic opportunity, just like she was talking about, it's a great supportive environment for women. We're not in it to compete with each other. We're in it to grow and help build each other up. It's a wonderful environment for female entrepreneurs. So
45-year-old company, so
yeah.
they definitely know what they're doing. So you definitely want to talk to Dawn. I'll put her information on my website so you can get it. She's looking for more consultants. So definitely. All right. No problem, darling. And everybody, you see all this movement today because, you know, we're growing. So we're getting sponsors and partnerships. So you see all this movement today. I love Bruno. He's great.
This box didn't work for me. My phone died.
All right, everybody, we are back on this week's edition of the Leadership Blend. I hate Erica so much.
I love Ricardo.
I'm laughing because she's running around trying to find a battery pack. And again, just as an FYI, you can hear the show on Love 860 AM, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, but you can also see the show on my YouTube channel on the Leadership Blend. So you actually see us in the studio. You can see what's going on. Today you will see a lot of movement because my first sponsor in partnership, Dawn Cole, was in the studio doing her shout out. We were showing off Bruno. We were talking about Party Light Candles. Erica was running around trying to find a battery charger. So you will see all of that if you go to my YouTube channel on the Leadership Blend. Definitely want you to go to it. All my past shows are there, starting with David Yates and from then on. So you'll see about 6 or 7 shows. Trust me, there's no greater joy than to see me in the studio because, hey, I'm a good-looking guy. For those of you that don't know, I'm a good-looking guy. I'm smart, I look good, all this good stuff. So you can actually see me in the studio live at the YouTube channel, which usually goes up about an hour or two after the show is over with. Or you can go to my Facebook page, Ricardo Ricky Rice. When I say Rice, it's always with a W, so it's always WRICE. Go to the website, www.ricecommunity.com, and you can actually see this week's show. It'll take you to my YouTube page, and it has all the previous shows on SoundCloud, which actually today makes, I think, show number 33. So I'm proud of myself for actually doing it for somebody who had no interest in radio and had no idea what he was doing. So I definitely want you to check out my outlets. But back to Erica. All right, so we stumped you the question. Unfortunately, you missed Dallas Austin.
Yes.
And if he were to call you today, clearly you're not ready. If you're talking about dropping pounds and all kind of foolishness, I need you to get on that.
I'm already working out. Y'all should follow me on Instagram. I share with my Instagram fam, Erica, ERICA_KANE 19.
Yeah, I meant to talk to you about them videos.
What?
You going up a mountain and stuff.
I go up the mountain in the morning. That's why I was late the last time, because I went up the mountain first and then I came here. I was trying to get my workout, but this time I didn't do it, so I just came straight here after I started my morning. So yeah.
So I have to threaten your life for you to get to the studio on time.
Pretty much, that's how it goes right now.
I had to threaten her life for her to get to this. Erica never gets any place on time, including work.
No.
She never gets any place
I
on time.
start off very well though. I text you at 10:15. I was in the car and still got here.
First of all, you didn't
5
text me.
minutes.
I text you and told you in capital letters, be on time.
But I said I was in the car already. Like, he's so abusive. Anyway, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
This is why you don't have people who have their own show on your show, because they just try to bring their work habits to your work habits, and we're not doing that.
This is the funnest show ever. This is the bestest show out of the 33 shows. I am the best show ever.
Oh my God!
I'm just gonna claim that. Thank you.
And on that note, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
All right. So let's fast forward to the end, because the last time we were here, we didn't get to the end.
Okay.
So in the end, you were somebody want to sign you overseas.
Right, in the end, we got duped by the lawyer who we sent overseas, who the label, when I say we, I mean the label, sent overseas to go get a deal for us. We had a merchandising deal with Hershey's and things like that. He came back with his own label saying we had to be signed to his label overseas in order to receive these deals. So the label, of course, in the U.S. and the lawyer got into a huge court thing. I had to go to court and stuff like that. I went on behalf of my label. Like I told y'all before, I love Tony Mercedes very much. So I went on his back, I basically spoke for him. At that time, I could have sued Tony. I told you guys that, and I decided not to, and I decided the relationship that he has, and his relationship was more important than suing him at the time. Somebody talked to me about that, and I said that. And then when I asked for a release in 2004, the reason why Tony didn't give me any resistance or anything was because I believe that at that time we both felt that the Evil Project was not going to do what we wanted it to do. You know what I'm saying? At that particular point, we knew that the energy that we had in the beginning was not there at this point. There was we didn't have great energy at the time that I asked for the release, of course, because I want to release. I feel like, I was let down and he felt like he was let down on several different occasions. Like I told you guys, I had 2 children when I was signed to by the time I had signed to the label, I had 3 children by this time. I had 2 children on the label while I was signed to the label. Those things do delay, what's going on, the process. So I had delayed. So I have to admit my part too, right? So everybody's not a part in this, you know what I'm saying? It's not everybody else's fault. That's another thing you have to do. You have to take ownership. So I had 2 kids. Not saying that I couldn't have kids, you know what I'm saying? Because definitely I told them I'm a female and that's what I do. And that's what happens, right? So, but it does hinder things. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You do what you can until you start showing. Like I was doing shows, doing morning sickness. You know what I'm saying? Like getting sick in the back. Yes, I would get sick backstage, and then I would have to come out and perform a show and do all that. And then I'm going straight to the hotel because I don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I did those things.
So for women who are interested in being MCs, having kids is not advised, but it can happen.
It can happen. It's not advised. However, I'm not saying let that hinder you. I'm just saying know what you have to do. Like, you have to, like when I had my children, my body went right back to where it was. Like I was active. Like people be like, how Beyonce body? If you do that all of the time and that's your life, like performing and stuff like that was my life. When you have kids, your body, yes, your stomach is going to go down. Your body, it's not going to take you a long time to get your 6-pack back. Like I don't have stretch marks, anything. Like I was getting my body back like this. So the label didn't really complain, but there was months that I had to be off. Like once I started showing, like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? I was a small carrier, so it took like 6, maybe 7, almost months for me to really show. So those were delayed. So you're delayed for 4 months or 5 months because you have to have the baby. Then it's 6 weeks before you could do anything, and then you know what I'm saying. So, and I told you guys I was a breastfed mom. I breastfed all my children. So all of those things kind of like got in the way of timeline as well. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just the label. It was me on my end too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I could have strapped it up, wrapped it up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I was being reckless and careless and not really thinking about that aspect of it. Just thinking, and then I was really stubborn at the time. So I was like, so what? I'm pregnant. I'm a female. That's what I'm supposed to do. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, say something about it. You know what I'm saying? And I will sue your butt. You know what I'm saying? Basically. So it's like, I'm like, your wife pregnant? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So that was my attitude about it. So that didn't help the situation, right?
Sure not.
Right. So yeah. So those things too hindered. And in between, like Tony and I had been together by this time like 9 years. You know what I'm saying? He raised me in the business. You know what I'm saying? By this time I'm like almost 30. You know what I'm saying? By the time I asked for a release, you know what I'm saying? I had been with him in my teen years. And I came out when I was almost 30. That's how long we had been together. You know what I'm saying? So we knew at that time, like, yo, it's not gonna happen.
So what was that like for you that moment when you realized, okay, what I've worked so hard for, the level of success I want to acclimate to is not going to happen? What was that like?
I was depressed. I was depressed for a long time. I moved out of Atlanta. I moved to South Carolina, and I was depressed. And I didn't, where I was didn't help me appreciate music. There was like no, I was in the country of South Carolina, so I didn't appreciate music anymore. I didn't have a love for things. I would just look up sometime and be like, is this what I'm gonna be like? I'm gonna live in a trailer in the middle of nowhere. This is what I left home for. I would wake up sometime like that. I was like depressed, and I was pregnant at the time too. No, I had just had my daughter. Yeah. So but I was depressed while I was pregnant. I was depressed when I stopped. It wasn't a great time for me. The only thing that was a great time was my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because she actually saved me. You know what I'm saying? But I was really depressed. Yeah.
So what broke you out of it? Oh Lord.
I know it's cliche, but the Bible,
that's not cliche.
The Most High. People always say that. Oh, God. I would no, but to be honest, I grew up. I'm Seventh-day Adventist. We believe in the Sabbath, and there's some religious things that I grew up believing. And my mother just kept telling me to pray for the patience of Job and the wisdom of Solomon. Right? But I didn't know what that meant. So the things and the depression that I was going through was because I was going to come out with what I was praying for. But I didn't know that. So I was going through these emotions, and I was pregnant, and I would just read. I read the Bible like a book from beginning to end. Right? Because I was pregnant. I didn't have it. I was just sitting around the house. You know what I'm saying? My ex was working, and he was providing and stuff, and I was home with the kids and stuff like that. And I would just read. And I would just do what my mother said to do. And I knew that I was going to get out of this situation. I just didn't know when.
All right, so there you have it, people, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes things won't work out the way you want them to work out. Just be mindful, be prayerful.
Yes.
Because they can change in a moment. Because she's back in Atlanta, she's working with Bangladesh, and she's back on top, and about to be on top. So thanks and shouts out to Erica Kane for coming back and telling the real story about what can and can't happen in the industry. Shouts out to Don Cole for being our first sponsor and partnership. Go to my website, ricecommunity.com. Go to my YouTube page, The Leadership Blends, so you can watch us in the studio. I'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Have a great week, and see you next week on The Leadership Blend with your host, Ricardo D. Rice.
Yay! That was good.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you went to the ending part, because people need to know that, because that can happen if it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in this week. It's been a great show. Shouts out to Erica Kane. Me and Facebook gonna have a chat. We're gonna have a talk, because my whole Facebook Live thing is all jacked up. Shouts out to Don Cole for being my first sponsor partnership. If you're interested in doing partnership or sponsorship, go to the website, ricecommunity.com. Send me an email. Let's talk about it. Great rates, or we can do some product placement. As you can see, Bruno's been sitting here the whole time. Party Light Candles, independent consultant Don Cole. Thank you to Erica for being on the show. I will see you guys next. Yeah, on time. On time. Who knew? I didn't have to make faces and get nasty. I think they personally like that kind of stuff about me when I do that. But